Hello everyone, welcome back to another educational and interesting video. In this video, we're going to look at my best top 9 favorite Microsoft Word hacks or secret tips and tricks. Many people don't know about this. Here, I am in Microsoft Word. It's just a completely blank document. I need to change that, and this is hack number 1. Anytime you just need some generic text that you can use to demonstrate how to use some feature or option in Microsoft Word, all you have to do is click on the document and type equals. And then you have a couple of options. You can type in rand, left parentheses, and then put in a number. Whatever number you put here, that's how many paragraphs will be generated. So I want 10 paragraphs. Then I put a comma, and then how many sentences per paragraph? How about 4? Right parentheses, tap enter, and Microsoft Word just puts in some random sentences from their help files. If you prefer lorem ipsum text, you can do something similar. Just type in equals, lorem, left parentheses, how many paragraphs? How many sentences per paragraph? Right parentheses, tap enter, and you get lorem ipsum text. So that's Microsoft Word hack number 1. Now that I have got some text in my document, I can show you how to select any rectangular group of text in your document. So for example, let's say I want to bold these words right here. Well, if I click and drag to highlight those words, look. What it does is, it highlights everything in between as well. But if I hold the Alt key on the keyboard, and then do the same click and drag, look what happens. I'm just dragging out a rectangle. I'll release the keyboard key, and now I can choose bold either here or up here. Those words are bolded. So if you have trouble selecting specific words or phrases without multiple words getting selected that you don't want, just try it again, hold Alt, and then click and drag, and you can designate exactly what you want to highlight. Notice that it can even be parts of words. So I could highlight or underline very specific parts of words like part of document and the beginning of the word make. I could underline that or whatever I can play with it. Our next Microsoft Word hack is that you can change or set up autocorrect rules. To accomplish this, simply open the File menu. Select the More options from the drop-down menu. Select the Proofing tab. And then click Autocorrect options to create shortcuts. Therefore, I want Microsoft Word to be substituted with MSW whenever I type it. It will then be added to my list of autocorrect shortcuts after I click Add. With MSE, I could accomplish the same goal, having Microsoft Excel installed instead. I'm going to click Add, and then OK. Let's test it out by clicking OK once more. Now, when I type MSW and then press space, Microsoft Word appears. MSE, and tap Enter. So enter or space, and it puts in the shortcut that I had specified. So if you find yourself typing in the same phrase or word over and over, you can set up an autocorrect shortcut phrase or word that will enter that information for you automatically and very quickly. The next Microsoft Word hack is that you can easily and quickly remove formatting that you don't want to keep. You may recall that I changed the formatting of this text, and I'm sorry for that. All I have to do to get rid of the formatting is pick the text, hold down Control, and hit spacebar. To correct these words, let's combine a few of the hacks. Holding the Alt key while clicking, and dragging to choose a rectangle in my document, I then hold the Control key while tapping the spacebar to fix the formatting. My next favorite Microsoft Word hack is that you can delete words faster than just pressing the backspace key. So certainly, I could just tap backspace, 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 hold it, and eventually it will delete this sentence if I wanted to. I'm going to undo that only to demonstrate a somewhat quicker approach to accomplish the same tasks. So I can hold down the Control key on the keyboard and tap backspace instead of just pressing backspace again and again. It eliminates words, not letters, one at a time, so that you may delete words or phrases you want to remove considerably more rapidly. My next Microsoft Word hack is very simple, but it's very powerful, and a lot of people, especially people that have used Word for a long time, are likely not aware of this option and feature. That is, Microsoft Word can now easily and very successfully convert PDFs into Word format. So, I'm going to go to File and click Open. And I'm just going to browse to my download folder where I have a PDF. I want you to see what that PDF looks like independent of Microsoft Word. So, I'm going to open up my Downloads folder. I'll double-click to open up the PDF. Alright, since it is in a PDF format, it can't be changed. I can add text, I could add a note, but I can change the text or the information in this worksheet. So I'm going to exit out of that back in Microsoft Word. I'm going to just open that same PDF. And Microsoft Word here is trying to convert that PDF into an editable Word document. Now notice that there is one caveat to this process. It says it will be optimized to allow you to edit the text, but it may not look exactly like the original PDF, especially if there's graphics in the original. Now, in my experience, 9 times out of 10, the conversion works great. Now it looks great. And there isn't much to do to fix anything. So here is the same PDF, but now as an editable Microsoft Word document. I could just add a text, change it up, and then print it out or save it as a PDF again. This next Microsoft Word hack, what it is, as you can see above the text of my Word document, I have this gray area and it doesn't really serve much of purpose. Some people like it being there, others don't. Typically, people that don't appreciate that being there are people like me that have a small computer screen. You want to maximize every part of the screen and use it well. So as you can see here, by putting mouse in that gray area, it says double-click to hide white space, and that's the hack that I wanted to share with you. If I double-click here, the white space, it's really great is hidden, or at least minimized. So now more of the screen is usable. If I ever get that and want it back, just double-click again, and it brings back that gray area or white space. As they call it, it doesn't look like it did it. But if I click here and drag this back up, you can see that it's back. And just so you know, when you do hide what they call the white space, it also does it at the bottom of the page as well. The next Microsoft Word hack is that you can change the theme of the Microsoft Word. If you like the way it looks with lots of white and gray and some blue, that's fine. But you could also go to File, and then Account. And then here it says Office Theme. Use System Setting. I could change that to be a dark gray. I could change that to be black. Now let's say I stick with black. I go back. And now the look and feel of Microsoft Word has changed. In my case, I want to switch back to use System Setting. Switching back to my other document. My final Microsoft Word secret tip or hack is that you can double-click anywhere in a Microsoft Word document to add text. So, let's say I want to add some text in between these two paragraphs that's not very typical. And I also want it to be on the right side here. So all I really need to do is double-click exactly where I want to type, and then start typing. So those are a few of my favorite Microsoft Word hacks or secret tips. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Software Tutorials. And when you do, please click the bell so you'll be notified when I post another video. If you'd like to support my channel, you can do that by clicking onto that super thanks button. I would really appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Peace.